Hey guys, it's about beer 30. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks a bunch for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Today's beer comes from New England Brewing. This is their Imperial Stout Trooper. And guys, before we get started into the beer, it doesn't have the ABV on the can. There's a printed up can, so I think that's a waste of time and energy to me. Probably why it doesn't have the ABV, because different batches or different years have different ABVs, so it doesn't have it on it. This says on the bottom of it that it was canned on 12/5 of 18, but we don't know what the ABV is because they don't put it on there. They need to put it on there, guys. I don't care if this is a 10 beer; it's not going to get a 10 from me without the ABV on it. Beer Advocate has it listed as an 8.5. Untapped has it listed as a 9.5. So they've done multiple different versions evidently, and the ABV needs to be on there. So it's gonna cost them a grade point, guys. This is sent to me by Christian, and he writes New England beers. He picked them up at separate times from the brewery with his dad, Sean. Very solid stout. He apologizes for the ate on the coffee breath, which we did the other day. It was kept cold the entire time he had it, and other than the shipping process, which it did not stay cold, it was a decent beer. But New England needs to put that on the label. They need to have the ABV and the canned on date. Well, they've got the canned on date, but they don't have the ABV, so that is going to cost them a grade point. I'm sorry. If it's a 10 beer, it's going to get a 9. If it's a 9 beer, it's going to get an 8. If it's an 8 beer, it's going to get a 7. They need to put that on there because different years or different batches have different ABVs. Whether they want to use the same printed can for batch after batch or year after year, print it on the bottom there. It's a 9%, 8%, 8.5%, 9.5%. Tell us what it is. So, step up to the game, step up to the plate, tell us what this particular version is, either on the label or stamped on the bottom. Enough ranting and raving. We will jump over to Untappd and see if they have any additional information. They started adding some more. They have 2007 up to 2015 listed here. I don't see anything for 2018 or 2019, so basically it's irrelevant. And over to Untappd, they say, and depending on the year, I guess whatever you've got, they have it listed as a 9.5, so I'm not sure that's what I am drinking or not. 40 IBUs for the 9.5 edition, whatever year that was. So if this is a 9.5, that's pretty accurate. If it's not, who knows? So, New England beers, you need to step up to the plate, put your ABV on the label or stamp it on the bottom of the can when you use the same cans year after year, because you're printing up these cans, and I understand that, and you're probably using them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Stamp it on the bottom instead of writing something stupid or that. This one says, sure, tell me the Dodds. I can't read what it's saying there. And they can just as easily put the ABV right there instead of printing up that stupid shit on the bottom of the game. So, just my opinion though, guys. Anyway, commercial description on Untappd says nearly a dozen types of malts and grains go into this forceful American Imperial Stout. Hints of coffee, taste of dark fruit, and a subtle chocolate background make this stout the perfect brew to welcome the winter months. Well, we're in, like I said, I just got this beer from Christian, so we're definitely not into the winter months. It's been a little cooler the last couple of days, in the 70s and rainy, so yeah, close enough. Says here, subtle chocolate background make this stout the perfect brew to welcome winter months, brewed solely during the onset of colder months. This one time a year release will make you come over to the dark side of beer. So, guys at New England, you need to put some kind of ABV on, either on the label, on the can, or stamped on the bottom, or the can. So we'll know what vintage we're drinking. Of course, with the year it's on there, but I don't have that information. Didn't go to the websites to see if the 2018 was an 8.5 or a 9.5. I don't do that, guys. You shouldn't have to do that. Should be on the package. It says on the can it's 8.5 or 9.5, or it's on the bottom it's 8.5 or 9.5. If you refuse to do that, I refuse to buy your beer. So I'm very appreciative of Christian for spending his hard-earned money on it. Him and his dad Sean was at the brewing, picked this up. They need to put that information on there, guys. I'm tired of beers or breweries not giving us either the ABV or the date. IBU is not so critical anymore, but I want those two bits of information. Just my OCD, guys. I want to know whether I'm drinking an 8.5 or a 9.5. What the hell is it? So step up to the plate. Be a man. Tell us what it is. So other than that, guys, we've gone over everything, so it is time. We're going to pop this can open. Final beer of the evening for me. And see what we got here, guys. Like I said, I have no idea whether it's an 8.5 or a 9.5. Very, very black coming out of the can here. A very good looking Imperial Stout. And it is not a bourbon barrel aged version. I think they did do a barrel aged version of this beer. But their beers are not available here, so maybe a good thing, because I wouldn't buy them if they don't tell me what the ABV is on the can, or on the bottom somewhere on the package. A little more than a finger of head on that pour. Very dark, very black, very nice looking stout. To the nose we shall go. Nice rich roasted malt. Maybe a little coffee in there, black molasses. Maybe a slight hint of some bittersweet chocolate. I'm not getting any dark fruit that's cold right out of the fridge. Those notes may come out a little bit more, may not. A very nice smelling beer. Not getting a lot of alcohol on the nose at all. Good smelling beer, very nice. I have not had any New England beers until Christian sent me this beer barrel package, so that's the only thing that I can recommend to them or fuss about, is not having the ABV on the package. So, just me though. I want to know that. Inquiring minds want to know, and when I don't see that, it's going to cost you a grade point. I don't care what style of beer it is. I want to know what the ABV and the bottle or can on date is. That's just me though, guys. That's about it. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Christian and Sean and Sarah. Thank you all for the beer barrel package that Christian sent to me. I do appreciate it. Let's dive in. That's very tasty. It is very tasty. Whether it's an 8.5 or a 9.5, the alcohol is well hidden. Well-made beer. We just need some more information. Come on, guys, step up to the plate. Tell us what we're drinking, what we're buying, what ABV it is. Gotta have that information to me. Before I'm going to spend my money on it, you gotta tell me that. So, very tasty though. It is a very tasty beer. A great final beer of the evening. Whether you're drinking it in December or you're drinking it in July or August, I like these beers year round. I like to finish up my evening with a nice dark beer, whether it's an Imperial Stout or a Porter or barley wine or whatever. I like that heavy, thick mouthfeel dark beer. I mean, I like to start off with something a little lighter, a pale ale or a low ABV IPA, then a double or a triple, and then maybe a barley wine or a stout or an old ale, porter, something with a little more punch to it to wind up my evening, because I don't session beers anymore, guys. I'm only allowed 2 or 3 a day, And like I said, this is my final one of the evening. It is a very impressive beer, but don't have the ABV. Come on. We're going to sip on it, let it come up to room temperature, and we'll come back and give it a grade, guys. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm back to sipping on it for a while now. Alcohol is well hidden. Tasty beer. It's not a bourbon barrel aged or anything like that on this particular version of it. But we don't know the ABV on it, guys. They need to put it on the label, or they need to put it on the bottom of the can so we know whether we're having an 8.5 and a 9.5. I'm beating that dead horse to death on this beer, but it needs to be on there somewhere, guys. So we know what we're buying and what we're drinking. So they need to step up to the plate and do that, as far as I'm concerned. For what I am drinking, and not being a barrel aged version of the beer, it is an A beer in an A- can. That's where I'm going to put it, guys. Final chug on this one. Not getting a lot of dark fruit or anything like that on it, but nice roasted malt. Hints of black molasses, a little bit of bittersweet chocolate. But not knowing the ABV, I don't know if I'm drinking 8.5 or 9.5. The alcohol is well hidden. If I was guessing, I would say it's an 8.5. But I don't know. I don't have that information. To me, guys, like I said, it's an A beer in an A- can. That's why I'm gonna give it 92 for me. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 94. I'm not going there without the ABV on the can, on the label, or on the bottom somewhere. And over to Untappd, they have it at 4.17. That's more like where I'm giving it, guys. It's an A beer. If you say, oh, that's an A or an A plus beer, I'm not going to argue with that, guys. They need to put that ABV on it somewhere. Whether it's on the label or stamped on the bottom of the can instead of writing some silly shit on the bottom of the can. They need to put that on there. Step up to the plate, guys, at New England Brewing, and tell us what ABV this particular one that I'm drinking is. I would not buy it if it was available here. You did not tell me that. Put it right back up on the shelf and let somebody else buy it. But I do appreciate Christian spending his hard-earned money on it and sending it to me. I did enjoy it. It is a very tasty beer. We just need a little more information from the brewery, guys. So if you've had the New England Brewing Imperial Stout Trooper, and this is from 2018, the end of 2018, they say 12/5 of 18. So we're at the very end of August 2019, so it's approximately 8 months old. So I don't know what the ABV is, guys. That's my biggest fuss on this. That's basically my only fuss on this. Tell me whether I'm drinking 8.5 or 9.5, guys. That's it. It is what it is. You'd got a better grade from me if you'd have told me that. So if you've had the 2018 and the December 2018 version of it, let me know what you think. And until we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.